Syrian insurgents carried out 2 suicide car bomb attacks in an assault on pro-government forces in Aleppo on Saturday and opened a new front northeast of the city, an attempted fightback after territorial gains for President Bashar al-Assad. Backed by Russian air power, Syrian government forces had made a significant advance into the opposition-held northwest this week, seizing the town of Marat al-Numan, part of an offensive to secure the main highway between Damascus and Aleppo. The suicide attacks were carried out by extremist group Hayat Tahrir al-SHAM and targeted the Jamiat al-Zahra area on the western edge of Aleppo. A third car bomb was set off by remote control, a source with the group said. A news outlet linked to the group, EBAA, published a video which it said showed Tahrir al-Sham fighters pledging allegiance to death and jihad before the attack on Jamiat al-Zahra, watched by the group's leader, Abu Muhammad al-Jolani. The northwestern corner of Syria, including Idlib province and adjoining areas of Aleppo, is the last major opposition foothold in Syria, where al-Assad has taken back most of the ground once held by his enemies with Russian and Iranian support. Syrian state news agency SANA said army troops had destroyed 4 car bombs before they reached their targets in that area. Syrian army forces were firing rockets and artillery at militant groups on the Jamiat al-Zahra front, it said. Militants had also fired rockets at residential districts of Aleppo. The Hayat Tahrir al-Sham (HTS) source said the attacks had targeted the Iranian occupation militias, a reference to Iran-backed groups that have fought in support of al-Assad. Aleppo city has been under full Syrian government control since 2016, when pro-Damascus forces defeated opposition fighters and extremists in the east of the city. Some 50 kilometers (35 miles) northeast of Aleppo, Turkish-backed Syrian fighters attacked government-held positions near the city of al-Bab, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported. SANA made no mention of an attack in that area. Turkish forces were not taking part, opposition sources said. The government's latest offensive in the northwest has triggered a fresh wave of civilian displacements, with hundreds of thousands moving towards the Turkish border. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said on Friday Turkey may launch a military operation in Idlib unless the fighting there is halted. U.S. Special Envoy for Syria James Jeffrey said on Thursday the Idlib fighting raised the specter of an international crisis. Turkey, which already hosts 3.6 million refugees from Syria, fears a fresh wave of migrants from Idlib. It has 12 military observation posts around Idlib, set up under a 2017 agreement with Russia and Iran, and several of them have since been surrounded by advancing Syrian government forces.